All right, so what I'm going to be using today and what I found out that worked for me, because I have tried some cement glue, and I'm going to show you which one I tried. Okay, so I did try this here contact cement glue. It's not the one that was suggested that was in a can. I was told that it's the same stuff but in a smaller bottle, glass bottle, and I did not find that to work for me. But I did, and I always carry some jewelry metal glue by Leanie's, and I found out this works best. And this is what I applied this one on with. Now it can be a little messy, and as soon as you get glue or anything on it, you do need to clean it up so you don't stain your mug. All right, so but before I get started, one thing I want to do first is I like to use some alcohol rubbing wipes. These particular ones came from CVS, and I'm going to wipe my mug down with this and let it air dry. And it doesn't take long at all to air dry. Make sure I wipe my fingers because I do have some oil on my fingers. Make sure I wipe my fingers, and then I'm going to wipe down my mug with some alcohol for sure in the area that I'm going to apply this rivet to. When doing these, when you're doing an actual glue, you want to make sure you get this tool. I purchased this from Dollar Tree because a lot of these backings will come with screws that you're going to have to screw in. So I want to make sure that this is screwed in. All right. So I went to Dollar Tree, went to Walmart, went to Dollar General, and nobody had any pool noodles. So what I did was kind of make my own stabilizer for my cup, for my tumbler. So this is what I'm going to use to help me stabilize my tumbler with. And I'm going to take my top off, but I am going to keep in mind where the side is. So I'm going to have my sides here. But first, I do want to tell you, before I get into this, the tumbler chain I am going to be using for 50 cents basically. So if you don't know by now, I bargain hunt. I go to yard sales. I try to make it my business to go out yard shopping every week. I'm always finding good things. And to speak of good things, I found these beads at a yard sale. And they are going to be the perfect size for my tumbler. Right now, these beads here, with how it is, it measures approximately 17 inches in width and length. So that is going to be perfect for my tumbler. However, if you know that with the necklaces, you have a clasp on one end, and then you have like the little round eye where you hook the clasp in. So you are gonna have to make changes with that. And with this came a bracelet and a pair of matching earrings. So I have a pair of matching earrings and a bracelet to coordinate with my tumbler. So how good is that? And I paid 50 cents for those pieces, like all three. Also at that yard sale was these items. I also paid 50 cents for. And then for 50 cents, I also found these, which is what you would call in the 80s vintage. This is a rope chain. So if I decide to do a tumbler, a hip hop tumbler, I'm going to add that chain. All right, so you don't have to pay a lot of money to get that clasp or tumbler purse look that you're looking for. So I'm going to put them aside. Just want to show you like different ideas that you can do and use for your tumbler chain. So being that this has a small lobster clasp, I don't have one, but I do have larger ones that I normally do with my keychain, so I'm going to do that for now, and I'll probably wind up ordering me some smaller lobster clasp, you know, just in case I run into some more nice necklaces I want to add to my tumblers. So basically what I need to do is I am going to, and there is a split ring on here. So if you don't know what a split ring is, this is what it looks like. It's not a solid ring, or what would you call it, eye ring, or it has a split. And I like the split ring better because it's less chances of your clasp popping off, because the other regular rings, they will detach from themselves. So now it kind of look kind of awkward with one being smaller and one being larger. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another clasp on that end. So that they can be the same size. And I'm just going to connect it just like that. So now I have two of the same clasps that'll match on both ends. Alright, so now what I do with my connector piece that I'm going to hook those clasps on, what I do is I like to go about 1.5 inches from the top. So if I measure this correctly, I want her to be like right here. I want her to be my main focal point. So I'm going to put my clasp on the side, and it looks like I may hit my name just a bit doing so, but that'll be all right. So I'm gonna go a 1.5. Let me see if I do it right here. Yeah, it's gonna hit that. No, maybe not. I'm gonna go right before the name. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go about 1.5 inches from the top. I'm gonna get a marker. If you're not comfortable, you can use a sharp, one of those markers that you write on a not chalkboard, but a board. This is a permanent marker, and as soon as I figure out what that word I'm trying to get, I'll let you know. It might be after this video though. And then I measure about from that mark about 4.75 on the side. So about right there. I'm going to put another mark up in there, but I need to measure it about 1.5 inches. And it was almost just right there. So I'm about right here. Because you want to make sure that it's even on both sides. Dry erase marker, that's what the word I'm looking for. So if you're not comfortable using a permanent marker, for sure use a dry erase marker. And you know what, there's not going to be a need for my water stabilizer because, let's see, maybe, yeah, I want to say I'm a little bit too high, but because I have, nope, matter of fact, let me move this. That way I can kind of be right where I want to with it. I was just trying to prevent more glue coming on the table. So basically now what I will do is I will get my Alini's Jewelry and Metal Glue, and hopefully I'm saying that right. And all you want to do is you want to just do a little dot, just as that size that's on there that you mark, That's about the size you want to do. Try not to squeeze a lot, because when you start squeezing this, the glue just constantly come out, and you don't want that. So basically I'm gonna just do a little dot there, and also I'm gonna do it on my rivet here. And I don't want to go, I just want to keep it in the middle, because you know, once you squeeze down and press down, it's gonna start woozing out, and you don't want that. And I'm just gonna put a little here, and a little goes a long way. And I am going to put a little here. And I'm just going to let that sit for about maybe a good 3 minutes, so it doesn't be that gooey once I start pressing. I want it to kind of thicken up. But before I put this top on, I am going to wipe it. Woo! Let me tell y'all, this glue will burn you. I was doing this earlier today and I felt heat. I actually through the paper, so be really careful with this Aleni's metal glue, because it will burn you. But before I put that top back on, you want to make sure you put some Vaseline in the top to keep it from sealing itself. I do have a bottle that's already sealed because I didn't do this, so that's what I do to keep it from sealing on itself. I'm going to show you while that's got about another minute. I'm going to show you this one I made for my mom. Alright, so I am going to be shipping this to her, and I did some matching car coasters. I'm going to show y'all how I blinged that out for her and did the top. I'm going to put this to the side so I can show you. I do have a video out showing you how I create my box, the paper I use, and also how I did the top with ice and some rhinestones, and then how I blinged out the tumbler itself. Now with these straps, they are self-adhesive straps, so there's no glue for this strap. You don't need any glue. And I do put that to the side. I have one here showing you if you don't like doing the glue method or having problems doing the glue method, I do have these. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I think my 3 minutes are up, and I'm going to start applying my rivets, and I want them to go up. So I am going to stick it there, and I already can see where some glue is coming out, and I'm going to show you. Oh boy, making a mess. When you put it, try to make sure it's right where you need it. Let me get some, because I literally was trying to. As soon as you get glue on your tumbler, you want to go ahead and make sure you wipe it off. I tell you, only in my videos, because once you put that on there, it's kind of stuck. Like I'm not going to even chance trying to move that right now. Look what I just did, making another mess. Let me go ahead and put this on, because it's almost dry. Yeah. See, it's stuck on there. So you want to make sure once you put that on, to make sure that it's how it is you want to place it, because it is stuck. And now I'm going to just add my chain. All right, so here it is. I am not going to pull up on it at this point because it's not totally cured, but this is how you would add a chain to your tumbler for basically less than 75 cents to $1. But right now it's holding. It's not going to go anywhere. And tomorrow around the same time I am going to pull on it to make sure that it's not going to go nowhere, because I don't want to give you all any gems if they're not going to be real gems. You know, I don't want to sell y'all fake rocks thinking that they gems. All right, I am Nikki from MyeFavors.com. Don't forget to go back and watch this video on how I bling out this tumbler using clear colored rhinestones and ice the top out. I might do the same thing to my tumbler. I have not yet decided, but I don't know, who knows, I may just decide to do that. All right, y'all, and until the next video, see ya.